For a difficult task given to you about introducing vascular surgery, which many times my wife, despite staying with me for 2.5 decades, doesn't know what vascular surgery is. So I appreciate you, little child. Good afternoon, students, teachers, parents, family and friends. I'm very happy, very delighted, and that's why I must congratulate Poda School to organize such talent hunt events like TEDx Talk. The previous speaker, little girl Akshita, the enthusiasm she spoke about, I'm sure in time to come, she is going to be a brilliant speaker. I would also like to thank the school for giving me an opportunity to talk about myself and my journey. You know, our theme is to ignite your potential. To ignite your potential, you should have some goal in your mind, should have some dreams to achieve. I'll tell you one of short story of one of my first goal as a young student. Way back in 1981, I was studying in 9th grade in a Gujarati medium school called Nivra Boys High School near Sursagar Lake, which has become theatre now. Look at these schools turning into theatres and then hotels. Those days, newspaper used to publish photographs of those students who used to secure top 10 ranks in board examinations. Looking at those pictures, I used to get motivation. I told myself that I want to be there during this time in these newspapers. And probably that was the goal. I worked hard, studied very hard, and secured a 5th position in subsequently in 1982. So I could achieve my goal as a student. But our goalposts, they keep moving with time and circumstances. Like mine was to get a board rank, then become a doctor, surgeon, vascular surgeon, to make Adikira Hospital, and yet many more to achieve. I'll tell you the another interesting story about how I became a doctor. I was 10-year-old child, had a minor head injury, a small wound over my head, and my mother took me to nearby Dr. Shah's clinic in Nawa Bazar and for dressings. Despite the pain of dressing, I used to enjoy going to clinic for 2 reasons. One, I used to enjoy watching a huge aquarium he used to have in his clinic, and 2, the kind of respect he got from the people, all spectrum, regardless of the age, caste and creed. I thought he's a superman. I was mesmerized by his aura. I was fantasized because I used to live in a lower middle class community of Nawa Bazar where this kind of respect was unheard of. And I thought I want to become one like him. And I became MBBS doctor in 1989. I went on to become general surgeon, vascular surgeon, which was the highest degree those days in this country, and started practice in a small rented office. You also need to have kind of a mindset of growth to ignite your potentials, to achieve something better and bigger in your life. And this growth mindset made me to move on to go for an overseas training in vascular surgery. Because way back, nearly 30 years ago when I got trained in vascular surgery, this surgery was not very well developed in this country. So I thought my aim was to learn better, to acquire newer skills, to learn endovascular, come back as a better vascular surgeon, bring back the technology and same kind of healthcare to our country. While working there, while studying there, I applied at a couple of places. I studied at various places of the world, America, UK, Australia and Germany. While studying, working, I saw the difference in those hospitals. Those were state-of-art, ultra-modern hospitals with expert doctors. And again, it was one of the desire to work in one of those kind of hospitals, which were not many those days in our city. After overseas education, I started a practice as a vascular surgeon in a small nursing home with the highest possible quality care 20 years ago. Those days, one incident took place soon after doing an operation for a blocked artery in the tummy. That patient had developed some heart problem, some kidney problem, and he required critical care, help of cardiologist and a kidney specialist, which were not available in that small nursing home, and we had to shift him to a better facility. The transfer, that shifting process was very risky in view of operation, and soon after the surgery, it was very difficult because I was practicing in a small commercial complex, and certainly very unpleasant experience for me as a treating doctor. So that incident took me to move on to my next goal, to create this kind of world-class patient-centric facility, and that was Adikira Hospital. Now to create such facility is a difficult task, certainly not a solo journey. So you need a team. To create a team, you need time, energy, attention, money and members. Luckily, I have good members today. Today, after winning toss, when Pete Cummins was interviewed, he said, "I am proud of my team, my group, and so am I proud of my team at Adikira too." So team, initially 5 of us who shared a similar dream, we got together, we formed a small group. As we talked to more and more doctors in the city, a group of 5 became a team of 22, nearly 2 Indian cricket teams. And this is one of the largest in this Western India. As somebody said, individually we are a drop, together we are an ocean. So we were in the journey. At times, and so team was formed. As you know, there are 4 stages of forming a team or a group. The first stage was done, that was formation. Second is storming the team, which is a difficult one. Then comes norming and performing. So we were in the second stage of storming. That's a difficult one because there you can differentiate what is water and what is not. So in that process, and why? Because in this city, people start working together, but at times it is difficult to stay together, especially with intellectuals. And in the past, in the city, we had seen some failed healthcare partnerships, so I was mindful about that and how to take care of it. So a question came in my mind, having formed the group, that really we can work together, can achieve our dream, can ignite our potential. Yes, we can work together. See, we are so many together here. Because humans are hardwired to work together. Inherently, we are cooperative. We stay in families. We have been hunting together. We have invented wheel together. We have done so many innovations to make life much easy. So, if we believe in it, we can do it. Despite that, at certain stage of life, certain people, they don't stay together, probably because of self-centricity, because of name and fame, because of monetary rewards. So we thought we'll take care of these elements. And to take care of those challenges, we employed 3 foundation practices. One was we created kind of sense of belonging, sense of ownership among our partners. 2, we had a good collaboration during the project and now. A 3rd was a communication. To give you an example, how we created sense of belonging, we used to have morning meetings. This project, the hospital, you saw the slides, the short video about our hospital. Making a building is 2 years' time, but the whole process took us more than half a decade. So we used to have bonding meetings where we used to create an environment outside the work, discuss about the things other than medicine, like hobbies, sports, passion, food habits, reading, music, etc. In the process, we could identify that some of us were exceptionally good in various aspects, which is happen. Everybody has an inbuilt ability. We need to tap it. We need to ignite that potential. Every human is born with some purpose. Every human is born with some strength. We need to identify that strength. We could do that. Some of us were exceptionally good in finance, in liaison, in building construction, in manpower hiring, in business development, and so on. So we identified their potential, and they ignited it by putting their blood and sweat, time and money. They worked so hard that all of us were motivated, and we could make a Adikura hospital in a special challenging time like pandemic COVID-19. Despite that, there was no delay, there was no hassle in our project. So that sense of belonging, like IKEA effects, due to their active involvement in the project, they were very much highly motivated, and they could, make us achieve our dream. So that's very important to create that kind of feeling. Second foundation practice was about collaboration. All of us had a very high-tuned, fine-tuned collaboration in various activities. Any project, even organizing this event, you need a lot of collaboration. Somebody is look after the music, somebody the guests, somebody the preparations. So you need some collaborations, and we actually perfected it very well. Even during COVID times, when it was not possible to do offline activities at construction site, we did a lot of offline activities like branding and liaison and etc. Could save time and could make a hospital very, very clearly, perfectly. So to give an example of right collaboration is a good example of a last Indian semi-final match versus New Zealand. You see, we did a very good score. Batting team did brilliant, 398 runs, very difficult score to chase. But some point of time when Williamson and this Mitchell were playing, we were anxious about our victory. But Sami came, bowling department did so well, and they gave us victory. So collaboration of two departments was very essential. That actually helps. Third important foundation practice we employed was communication. Our communication was very proactive, preemptive and brief, very crystal clear. There was nothing like black box in our system, transparent and honest. Everybody knew what we are. All of us were on the same page, and that was very essential to gain confidence of your partners, to make them believe in you so that they stay together. It's like, I used to play tennis match. I've played tennis for quite some time, and I remember that those, our doubles matches, without a word you talk to your partner, just signal like this, like that, they know what you're doing. So it's very important, that's what we practiced. Having practiced all of this, we still used to have little frictions and bumps in the project. We acknowledged them, but never made it personal. And that's why our show successfully went on. On an ending note, I'll tell you one very miraculous medical story which will make you believe, which made us believe that team will strengthen you and your projects. A 55-year-old gentleman had come to our hospital for his knee pain. He was in a waiting room. While waiting for his turn to see a doctor, he developed a chest pain. Unfortunately, collapsed there and then. Believe me, if you can't offer treatment at the right time, we have seen deaths. Luckily, our paramedics were so well trained. One of the paramedics gave him CPR, and our cold blue team arrived in 30 seconds. They intubated him. He was just given tube. He was shifted to cardiac cath lab where he underwent heart angioplasty, and he recovered well. He went home in 2 days' time. This kind of life-saving magical experience is possible only and only when you work in a larger team like this. I'm very happy to share that I and my team could made our dream into a reality in December 2021 when we started our hospital and changed the face of healthcare in the city of Baroda. Thank you for your time and attention. Thank you.